Hi.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
Well, you left my door first. Anyway. Welcome to my room.
Are you ready?
I think so.
Okay.
Let's go this way. This is where I have my hall meetings, the cheap lobby.
What is your favorite time of day?
Ooh, I enjoy the night. I just like hanging out. I like when it's a little bit cooler, it's a little bit darker. It's my favorite time of day.
Biggest weakness?
I say yes to a lot of things and I don't really say no that often, and sometimes I wear myself too thin.
Okay. What about biggest strength?
I'm a big people person, and it's really nice to be personable and just get to know a lot of people, and so you're more comfortable around people. Come on this way. Welcome to the new quad. Quad. Say it.
What has been your biggest learning experience at GSP?
Learning how to lead a class has been very fun. I'm used to being in classes and maybe teaching like a presentation, but doing a full leadership seminar and trying to come up with lesson plans and all that sort of stuff has been very challenging throughout this entire process.
What is one thing that makes you angry?
Oh, I hate it when people eat with their mouth open.
What is one thing you want to give up?
Oh, God. I need to give up being on my phone for unnecessary purposes. I'm usually on it for communication, but I need to give up being on it just for, like, time filler.
What is one thing you are most excited about right now?
I'm excited to go on my abroad trip to France. Right after GSP, I have a week at home, and then my scholarship group is headed to France.
What is the best compliment you've ever received?
Huh. I think getting a compliment. Ooh, that's a toughie. I think it was, I don't know if it was my parents or it was someone older, like a teacher, and they were like, you know what, you really have a grasp of what you're doing right now, and I'm proud of you. And I was just like, I don't even think that, so for someone else to think it of myself is very nice.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
What is the priciest thing you've bought?
I recently upgraded my Apple Watch. It was my birthday before GSP started, and I bought myself a new Apple Watch, and that was a lot of money.
What makes you smile the most?
People, like seeing my friends, having fun interactions with them, always puts a smile on my face.
What is one thing that most people don't know about you?
I did gymnastics for a couple years when I was a child, and I have retained most of my skills.
Like what?
I can do the cartwheel, that sort of stuff. I can do the splits, not right now, I'm not stretched. But cartwheels are fun. I just like doing them a lot.
What makes you feel most like yourself?
I think just when I go into a room and people know like either Sam or Samuel, because like regardless of nicknames, and people call me by my name, and like that makes me feel like, okay, I know what all goes with that name. Because if people call me Sam, they know me that way. If they know me Samuel, they know me a different way. So being called either of those things, I think I know who I am in that moment, if that makes sense.
What are 3 things you can't live without?
Food, not like in general, like I love just eating, I love trying new foods. I say my phone just because I like talking with people, and I love playing games on my phone. Ball Blast is one of my favorite games. And I love my car. Like I like being able to just go around and be able to, of course, go see people, go get food. And then also just, I like having that freedom with my car.
Window or aisle seat?
Oh, window seat.
What is your current favorite TV show?
Survivor. It's my hall theme. It's my favorite TV show of all time. I love it.
Why is it your favorite TV show?
I love the balance of everything that it portrays. I like how it combines physical challenges with like the mental strategy aspect of the game, and then also shows different things about society. And as a social science major in college, getting to see all the different social aspects of it is a lot of fun.
What is the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
Most adventurous. Back in like middle school, I think I rappelled down, like, it wasn't that big, but I'm not a big like adventure person, so like I rappelling down something, it was my first time ever doing something like that, and I was like very scared, so I think that really ate that up, I think.
Define yourself in 3 words.
Social, caring, and slay.
What is your current favorite item of clothing?
I have this t-shirt, not the one that I'm wearing, but it is a bunch of up and down stripes, and I got it from PacSun. It's like orange, blue, brown, black, and white, and those are my favorite color combos. Orange and blue, specifically like a somewhat lighter orange and like a teal blue. Those are my favorite colors.
Where's your favorite place to shop?
Ooh, I'm gonna say currently it's Speedway. I go there a lot. As a center student, it's right up the block from where I am, so shopping at Speedway is a lot of fun. Also just, it's close, and that's the most recent place I've been.
What is the best advice you've ever received or given?
Best advice I've ever received was keep calm, breathe, you got it, don't worry. And best piece of advice I've ever given is probably that same thing. I think I received it, and then I have given it to multiple people.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
I don't like when, like, I'm talking to someone and then another person or that same person, like, interrupts/interjects and interrupts a story of mine specifically, because if I'm telling a story, I need to have a bullet point list in my mind, and I don't want to be thrown off my bullet point list.
When you meet someone new, what is the first thing you notice?
I usually notice, like, besides body positioning and like how they're framing themselves towards me, usually notice where they're looking, how they're talking, and seeing how that combination of stuff works together to kind of get a sense of how they're interacting with me.
What is your favorite meal at Cowan?
Okay. My most recent favorite meal was the fried rice and that sweet and sour chicken that they had for lunch. My all-time favorite Cowan thing is something I've had during the year as a student here, but they've also had its meals, is the stir fry.
What is your biggest regret?
I think sometimes I've said no to, you said earlier that I like say yes to a lot of things, but there's some things I've debated on doing / said no to that I think I should have. One of them being when I was in high school, I think I joined a club my senior year, and I should have done it freshman year when I thought I was going to do it, but I didn't, so that club was a lot of fun and really impacted me, so.
What is your most played song right now?
Okay, Pretty Girl Era by, I think it's Blue Kala. It came up on my Discover Weekly, and it's been my motivation song for the entirety of GSP. I wake up in the morning, I play it, I'm like, I'm in my Pretty Girl era. I don't know what that entails, but I'm in my Pretty Girl era.
Who's your favorite artist?
I have, can I say 2?
Yeah.
Taylor Swift and The Arcadian Wild. The Arcadian Wild is more of a contemporary, modern, folk, bluegrass group, and I really love their music. And also Taylor Swift, just because I love Taylor Swift.
What is your favorite board game?
I'm not good at it. I love playing Monopoly, just because it's so much fun. I like the, like, oh, you're doing this, oh, you're doing that. I never win. I just like playing it. It causes a lot of tension and drama, and sometimes the tension and drama is fun. But it's all in the game. It's wholehearted fun. It never goes outside of the game for me.
Do you have any guilty pleasures?
I think I have a lot of guilty pleasure songs, potentially.
Name a few.
Well, it's mostly an artist. So I watched a lot of Glee. I listened to a lot of Glee cast recordings of songs when I should listen to the originals, but I don't.
What is the most recent book you've read?
Current book I'm reading / have read, and I keep rereading, All About Love by Bell Hooks. It's a book about love ethics and how that plays a part in who we are as humans, and it's a good philosophy book, in my opinion, that's very different from a lot of like old philosophy or like Greek classic philosophy. And also Bell Hooks is from my town, so a little hometown connection for me.
What is one thing that makes you feel accomplished?
I think when people like recognize me and by name and like say, oh, you're from this, or like they know me from somewhere, that makes me feel like, okay, I'm being recognized for something kind of different a lot of the different times, so that means I know more people, and one of the biggest accomplishments for me is just knowing that I know people know me, and we're having a good relationship with each other. Yeah.
What is the first thing you do to start your day?
I usually go and use the restroom, but then I put on a song just to kind of get me up and get me in the mood. Usually it's Pretty Girl Era.
What's your favorite holiday?
I love Thanksgiving. The food surrounding Thanksgiving, though you can have it at any other time, that time of year is also really nice. It's my favorite weather, and then getting a break from school, because Christmas is after the fall semester. Thanksgiving is a nice pre-finals break.
Summer or winter?
Winter.
Looks or brains?
Brains?
If you could switch lives with someone for a day, who would it be?
Ooh. I'm gonna say Taylor Swift. I'm a musical theater kid, performer. I love doing that. So seeing what she's doing now with all of the stuff with the Eras tour, I think living through that and getting to see what the behind the scenes of that is, that'd be really fun.
What is one thing you've always wanted to try but haven't?
I've never played baseball, but I think it would be fun. I don't think I'd be good at it, but I think it'd be fun.
What is one good thing to know before coming to GSP?
Ooh. Have an open mind. Don't come in with preconceived notions of what you're going to do. If you know someone that went to GSP before, maybe ask them about their experience, but don't let your experience be formed by what someone else says.
What are some of your must-have backpack items?
Always have my pencil pouch. I never know when I'm going to need a black pen, blue pen, red pen, any colored highlighter. I have every pen or highlighter that I use in there. I always have my journal that I use for planning and to-do lists, and I always have some form of paper.
If you could live anywhere else in the world, where would you live?
Iceland.
If you're in a bad mood, do you want to be alone or surrounded with people?
I like to be alone at first so I can process things myself a little bit, and then I like being with people.
What is your favorite vacation spot?
I went to the Florida Keys when I was in, I think, 4th or 5th grade for Thanksgiving, and it was a lot of fun.
What is something you always travel with?
I always bring some form of camera, or usually it's my phone, but some form of other camera device so that I can take pictures and have other memories.
What is your favorite home-cooked meal?
gonna have to say steak, potatoes, and then mixed roasted veggies. We always do that a lot at home, and I think that's just something that reminds me a lot of the more recent food items we have in the past. Usually with that I cook caramelized onions, and it just adds so much.
What's your favorite snack?
I love white cheddar Cheez-Its. I also like beef jerky.
What's one movie that has made you cry?
Oh, there have been multiple, but one that stands out is Okja. It was a movie on Netflix. I think it's still on there, and it was about this like pig farming, and it's a commentary on the farming industry and like farming for food industry, and it was so like I'm not going to tear up just thinking about it.
Would you consider yourself a confrontational person?
In most cases, yes. If there's something that's bothering me, or if I have something nice to say or anything to say, I'm most likely going to be the one to go up and say it. There are some cases where I'm just like, you know what, it's not worth it to say it, but if I think it's worth it to say it, I'll say it.
What's one talent you wish you had?
I wish I could play a classical instrument. Like, I can play guitar and I can somewhat play piano, but I wish I could play a woodwind or a brass instrument, just because I think that's cool, fun, interesting.
Do you have a favorite form of exercise?
I love going on hot girl walks. I also like playing like casual volleyball, casual sports in general as ways of exercise, so I don't have to, it's not always go in the gym, do this, do that, so I can get a little more fun with it.
Do you have a favorite band?
I think Arcadian Wild is considered a band. Or also Bon Jovi. That was something I've grown up on. Or Mumford & Sons. I've grown up on Bon Jovi and Mumford & Sons. My dad and mom played that a lot for us. So I think that's just every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, that reminds me of childhood.
What's one superhero or superpower you wish you had?
Ooh. I think teleportation's always fun. Everyone says flying, but I'm worried about getting hit by lightning. I think teleportation. Well, that's a fair one I think everyone can get behind.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I see myself in a somewhat bigger city than Danville, maybe more of like a mid-sized city, working on my potential social science research. One of my plans, or my plan right now, is to go after center and get a doctorate degree in anthropology. So after that 10 years, I'll have had my field research time, my doctorate time, and so maybe a professorship or some form of research with a company, or maybe a museum of some sort, and doing stuff with them. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
What has been the best thing to happen this year?
Oh. I'm really enjoying GSP, and I think the best thing to happen was getting the GSP job. Because when I found out that I got it, I was like, oh my gosh, I love the GSP. It was a very transformative experience for me, and I think I learned a lot from it, and it helped me grow. So getting the opportunity now to have that chance to help impact others and help others grow, that was a goal for me then, and now it's like, okay, I'm actually achieving this goal. So getting that goal to be achieved is kind of fun.
So we asked what movie makes you cry, but what movie has made you laugh the hardest?
I recently watched the Pitch Perfect series with my mom before coming here. I think it was like a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night. We sat down every night and we watched them together, and I love those movies, and watching them with my mom, it just made it really funny, and also like I was very pumped and excited for every musical number.
What is your go-to dinner meal?
Go-to dinner meal. I love a good Mexican restaurant, like a Tex-Mex restaurant. Either, I'm not gonna say I'm basic, a chicken, cheese, and rice is good, but the two restaurants in Danville that I usually go to have chicken, shrimp, cheese, and rice, and I think it takes me like a step above basic. Not too much, but just a little bit.
Do you believe in second chances?
In most cases, yes. Not in all cases.
What's your favorite color?
Sunset orange.
What are 3 words to describe living in Kentucky?
Confusing, mostly because of the weather. Interesting, because of the various different people and different ideologies and different stuff that happens. It's a very interesting place to live. And it's fun, I think, with all the different parts of Kentucky and all the different ways of living in Kentucky and different places and all that different stuff. Makes it kind of fun to live here, because why not?
Do you like surprises?
Not really. It's cool if they happen, but I like kind of knowing about things beforehand. So getting surprises are not always the most fun, but I like kind of changing with the surprises.
What is one thing you had to learn the hard way?
Ooh. Age doesn't define your intellect.
Who do you go to when you're sad?
I usually go to my mom, or I go to my quote mom, who is someone who goes to Center or went to Center, graduated from Center, and I go to her for a lot of advice because usually she's experienced it or had something similar, and she has helped me a lot through stuff the past year.
What is one thing you're tired of right now?
Waking up at like early times in the morning. I just want to sleep in. It's summer.
What's one trend that you hate?
Okay, we're gonna go back to Taylor Swift a little bit. The Eras tour, a lot of people are going and they're like flattening down their hair in the front and putting like different jewels and diamonds on their hair, and I'm just like, one, it doesn't look it's not my favorite look, and two, it's just, why are you doing that? Those jewels can be put in better spots. That's just me.
What was your biggest childhood dream?
I think childhood dream that's been accomplished was being a lead in a musical. As a child, I was like, of course you're gonna be in the ensemble as a child, but getting a lead role and fulfilling it was a lot of fun.
What is the funniest joke that you can think of right now?
I love dad jokes, so a lot of times the stick joke really gets me, like the what's brown and sticky, a stick, just because a lot of times it's out of nowhere and I love it. I love it.
What is your favorite GSP memory?
I performed in Showcase 3 times my year, but my all-time favorite was the 4th week Showcase. I was the final act, and after 3 hours of Showcase, everyone's like, I was like, but getting to perform and then like go back, and everyone was like just so happy and excited about the entire Showcase. But of course, me performing in that was probably one of my favorite moments in GSP.
All right, Sam, this is my last question,
Okay.
possibly the most important question I'm going to ask you. Have you subscribed to the GS Post on YouTube?
Obviously.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
It's been fun.